We're moving under audit log. Again, we're under settings. We're going under audit log. Okay, so the audit log captures changes to the no-name platform. The changes could be done through the user interface like we did. If you remember, I logged in, I deleted a group, and then I created a group, right? So if I go and I look at one of these SOAP parameters, for example, if I look at the login, you will see that I logged in as admin@acme.com. Okay. Again, it's a JSON type of a structure. This one is not too bad because it's short and it's fairly understandable because you see the username associated with admin@acme.com. But if I show you the groups, for example, or the metadata for the groups, they're pretty lengthy. Fairly esoteric and internal to the no-name platform. But you probably need these if you see something that is off to identify and maybe communicate the information to us to help you debug it or help you out. And again, who are you going to communicate it to? I don't know, your TAM, technical account managers, your engagement managers, your CDE, your deployment engineers, and so on. Okay. And of course, here's where I went ahead and I created a group, right? Type contains Cloud Hub, it's a text filter, and so on. Okay. So this is my Cloud Hub, the MuleSoft group that I created earlier on. The other thing you can do is you can filter by date, right? Today, yesterday, this week, this month, this year, and so on. And search for logs for something specific, right? If you wanted to. You can create workflows. And again, I'm going a little bit ahead of myself. In order to create a workflow, pretty much you need an integration, a workflow integration, right? I'm going to show you how you can build a workflow integration in a couple of sections in the future, right? As soon as we go under integrations, that's where we're going to do the actual integration, right? I'm going to show you how it's done. But a workflow integration, an audit log workflow integration, is an integration where you communicate every single event or every single log entry that takes place in the domain platform to another system. I don't know, like Splunk, right? A CM system. Again, organizations have all the different uh, events, security events, or anything related to the organization in centralized, right? So you can do the same thing if you wanted to. The difference is you need the corresponding integration, okay? Because the very first step, you choose what type of information you would like to communicate. The next step, you select the integration, and we don't have any integration yet. We will be creating an integration under integrations soon enough. It will be a Jira integration, not a Splunk integration where we're going to allow us to inspect or see it working, see this type of an audit log workflow working, right? Instead, we're going to do a Jira. Why? A Jira is a more appropriate integration for the type of work that we want to do in the near future. For example, okay, how do you communicate the fact that you have an incident or a finding to the corresponding team so you can get help, right? Or you can alert them to that. So that's why Jira integration is more appropriate to us. Right, so I'm going to cancel. The last thing I'm going to do is it's and here it is yet another tabular operation that all these tables support. Right, this table of course still has the filters. Right, funnel, the table. Right, here it is. It's missing a couple of columns. That's okay. These are IDs. Um, what you can do is you can click anywhere on the table inside the table. And right now you have an export functionality, and you can export as a CSV or an Excel. Okay, CSV or Excel. Let's select CSV. Here it is. If I open it, I'm on Linux, so I have LibreOffice, and I have no idea. Oh, it's on my other screen. Here it is. If I click OK, this is the type of information we are able to export. As you can see, we don't export actions. Okay, we do not export actions. And with this, my good people, the audit log section is done. Oh, before I say it's done, um, I all these operations that we performed, all these audit log entries that you see, are because of the user interface, right? Well, the same thing can be done using the management API, right? So there is a pretty lengthy management API. All of these are APIs that you can use in order to integrate with an online platform. I think I mentioned it. The only thing I didn't do is show you what those operations look like. Here they are. Allow list APIs, right? Get all the APIs. This is going to give you pretty much the same information as the APIs page, inventory APIs page. And if I expand it, you're going to see information about the API, the parameters, and so on. And then you're going to see sample data, right? Sample data for the inputs, for the outputs primarily, right? The outputs. These are the outputs, okay, and what they're going to look like. And this is Swagger UI, by the way, right? This is Swagger UI. So if you are familiar with Swagger UI, then you pretty much know how to use it. If you're not, at some point you probably need to get a little more familiar with Swagger UI, especially if you're going to be working with an on-name platform, right? Developers usually are familiar, usually, right? And now I can claim we're done with this section. Okay. Good job, everybody. Talk to you in the next.